Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we will read the bestseller book of Robert Greene, that is Never Outshine the Master. So law number 1, always make those above you feel comfortably superior in your desire to please and impress them. Do not go too far in displaying your talents, or you might accomplish the opposite. Inspire fear and insecurity, make your master appear more brilliant than they are, and you will attain the heights of power. Keys to power. Everyone has insecurities. When you show yourself in the world and display your talents, you naturally stir up all kinds of resentments, envy, and other manifestation of insecurity. This is to be expected. You cannot spend your life worrying about the petty feelings of others. With those above you, however, you must take a different approach. When it comes to power, outshining the master is perhaps the worst mistake of all. Do not fool yourself into thinking that life has changed much since the days of Louis and Medicis. Those who attain high standing in life are like kings and queens. They want to feel secure in their positions, the superior to those around them in intelligence, wit, and charm. It is a deadly but common misperception to believe that by displaying and wanting your gifts and talents, you are winning the master's affection. He may feign appreciation, but at his first opportunity, he will replace you with someone less intelligent, less attractive, less threatening. This law involves two rules that you must realize. In First, you can inadvertently outshine a master simply by being yourself. There are masters who are more insecure than others, monstrously insecure. You may naturally outshine them by your charm and grace. If you cannot help being charming, you must learn to avoid such monsters of vanity, or find a way to mute your good qualities when in their company. Second, never imagine that because the master love you, you can do anything you want. Entire books could be written about favorites who fell out of favor by taking their status for granted, for daring to outshine. Knowing the danger of outshining your master, you can turn this law to your advantage. First, you must flatter and puff up your master. Overt flattery can be effective but has its limits. It is too direct and obvious and looks bad to other coteries. Discreet flattery is much more powerful. If you are more intelligent than your master, for example, seem the opposite. Make him appear more intelligent than you. Act naive. Make it seem that you need expertise. Commit harmless mistakes that will not hurt you in the long term, but will give you the chance to ask for his help. Master adores such requests. A master who cannot bestow on you the gifts of his experience may direct your answer, and it will at you instead. If your ideas are more creative than your master's, ascribe them to him in as public a manner as possible. Make it clear that your advice is merely an echo of his advice. If you are naturally more sociable and generous than your master, be careful not to be the cloud that blocks his radiance from others. He must appear as a sun around which everyone revolves, radi- radiating power and brilliance, the center of attention. In all of these cases, it is not a weakness to disguise your strengths. If in the end they lead to power, by letting others outshine you, you remain in control instead of being victim of their insecurity. This will all come in handy the day you decide to rise above your inferior status. If you can make your master shine even more in the eyes of other than you are God sent, and you will be instantly promoted. The stars in the sky, there can only be one sun at a time. Never obscure the sunlight or rival the sun brilliance, but rather fade into the sky and find ways to heighten the master star's intensity, authority. Avoid outshining the master. All superiority is odious, but the superiority of a subject over his prince is not only stupid, it is fatal. This is a lesson that the stars in the sky teach us. They may be related to the sun and just as brilliant, but they never appear in her company. The second law says never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. Be wary of friends. They will betray you more quickly, more they are easily aroused to envy. They also become spoiled and tyrannical, but hire a former enemy and he will be more loyal than a friend because he has more to prove. In fact, you have more fear from friends than from enemies. If you have no enemy, find a make find a way to make them. It is natural to want employ your friend when you find yourself in time of need. The world is a harsh place and your friends soften the hardness. Beside you know them. Why depend on a stranger when you have a friend at hand? The problem is that you often do not know your friends as well as you imagine. Friends often agree on things in order to avoid an argument. They cover up their unpleasant qualities so as to not offend each other. They laugh extra hard at each other's jokes. Since honesty rarely strengthens friendship, you may never know how a friend truly feels. Friends will say that they love your poetry, adore your music, envy your taste in clothes. Maybe they mean it. Often they do not. When you decide to hire a friend, you gradually discover the qualities he or she has kept hidden. Strangely enough, it is your act of kindness that unbalances everything. People want to feel they deserve their good fortune. The receipt of a favor can become oppressive. It means you have been chosen because you are a friend, not necessarily because you are deserving. There is almost a touch of condescence in act of hiring friends that secretly afflicts them. The problem with using or hiring friends is that it will in inevitably limit your power. The friend is rarely the one who is most able to help you, and in the end, skill and competition are far more important than friendly feelings. All working situations require a kind of distance between people you are trying to work. Not make friends friendliness real or false, only obscure that fact. The key to power then is ability to judge who is best able to further your interest in all situations. Your enemies on the other hand are an untapped gold mine that you must learn to exploit. When talent and Napoleon's foreign minister decided in 1807 that his boss was leading France to ruin and time had come to turn against him. He understood the danger of conspiring against the emperor. He needed a partner, a confederate, and what friend could he trust in such a project? He chose for head of secret police. He's his most hated enemy, a man who had even tried to have assassinated. He knew that their former hatred would create an opportunity for an emotional reconciliation. He knew that foe would expect nothing from him and in fact would work to prove that he was worthy of tyrant's choice. A person who has something to prove will move mountains for you. Finally, he knew that his relationship with Foe would be based on mutual self interest and would not be contaminated by personal feelings. The selection of proved perfect, although the conspirators did not succeed in toppling Napoleon. The union of such powerful but unlikely partners generated much interest in the cause. Opposition to the emperor slowly began to spread, and from then on, Talleyrand and Foe had a fruitful working relationship. Whenever you can bury hatchet with an enemy and make a point of putting him in your service.